It is currently 5:30 in the morning at the time of this recording. I've been up, I guess, about an hour now, and it's fairly typical. I struggled with insomnia for quite a few years, and I've gotten a lot better. It's just been kind of like a long, slow process of kind of, I don't know, healing that. But I still have trouble sleeping more than like 6 hours a night. Even if I can tell I really need to, especially with all the year, I have a lot of catching up to do, and but still, I don't know, my brain, it gets like enough to function, and then it just doesn't want to anymore. So yeah, it's, if I go to bed early, it's kind of typical of me to kind of wake up pretty early too, and then that's what happened this morning. It's not necessarily Astro Bot's fault. However, if I was trying to fall back asleep, if I was, like enjoying the idea of, oh, maybe I could get there again, maybe I could drift off again, it did not help. Astro Bot did not help me. It did not help to have a song just blasting in my head from the very moment I regained even a shred of consciousness. So here's a little thing about me. I don't know how many of you know about this, but you know how, like, you get songs stuck in your head, you get an earworm. It's a thing. It's something that happens to basically anyone, especially if you've got ADHD like me and you are addicted to thinking, and you're always just grabbing thoughts and making sounds and singing songs, and so, like, it's hard not to think about something. It's hard to, like, shut your brain off. So I think you're probably particularly susceptible to getting songs stuck in your head. But I've also got OCD, and I've actually made really great progress in just kind of like defeating it. Over the last couple years, I've really just come to understand it, and I've really, it does not bother me nearly as much anymore. But there is one little known OCD symptom that I still struggle with, and it's SSS. It's Stuck Song Syndrome. It is when a song gets stuck in your head, but like really, really, really stuck in your head, like constantly, like actually constantly for a long time. And it's like, it sounds kind of funny, right? Stuck song syndrome. It's funny. You got a song stuck in your head like that. It's harmless. It's funny, right? And it's like, yeah, I guess so. I guess it's kind of funny. It is. I suppose it's harmless in its own way. It's just a song, but it doesn't feel as funny and harmless when it's been a week of one song, or even a snippet of a song, or a snippet of a song that sounds enough like a different song that in your head it kind of leads into that song in an infinite loop. And it's been doing this morning, noon, and night for several days, even a week. And here's the thing about it is it's like, and I'm not, it's all the way until you fall asleep at night, and then you think when you sleep you reset, right? When you sleep, you forget everything, and then you wake up and you regain consciousness, and you have to like remember who you are and like where you are. But when a song is stuck in your head like that, it starts playing right at the beginning, before you even realize who you are, before you even recognize that you're waking up. That song is there, and it is playing just full blast. It's the first thing your brain grabs onto in the morning, and that's SSS. that's, That's stuck song syndrome. And yeah, it's a bit of a thing that I have struggled with, you know, OCD thoughts, breaking patterns, kind of rewriting my wiring. It's a thing I've been doing successfully, and yet it's a little bit harder to address something that is so involuntary, you know, and it gets worse the more like stressed out I am, and especially the more I am stressed out by it, it kind of makes it worse. So like maybe overall it's sort of improved a bit, but I'm still working on it, and I'm still figuring out how to work on it. So here's the thing. Let's rewind. Astro Bot came out Friday. I got it Thursday night. So this all started Thursday night. And if you've played Astro Bot, you have, in all likelihood, according to the trophies list, there's like an 86% chance that you've played the first level. And you know, like Mario games, 3D Mario games, they kind of do that thing where like there's the Mario theme, but then like each individual game of like at least the last few has had like its own individual theme, and that's usually the theme that you'll hear playing in like the first major level. And so like Astro Bot kind of follows that model where it's got its main Astro Bot theme. You know, you hear it on the title screen. I am Astro Bot. The one that sounds like like exactly like that Muse song, which does not help me. but then that's good enough. That's a good enough song. But then you start the game and you go into that first level, and kasmackers, kapow, right in your face. It hits you with like the best song that's ever been in a video game. It is so immediately, it's that na 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 na, your name, do 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 do, Astro, ba ba da 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 da. It's just the grooviest piece of music I've ever heard in my life. And like, I'm like, all right, this soundtrack's real good. Wow, what a song. What a song to start the game with. That's great. Boy, I'm gonna be humming that for a while. Wow, that's catchy. That's real catchy. Let's go to bed. Whoo. Yep, it's still there. It's still there. Let's go to bed though. Let's go to sleep. And I think you can glean what happened next. You know, that was Thursday night, and it is now, yeah, it's now Wednesday morning. This will be the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 6th morning. I've woken up with that song. Ooh, that song. Pretty much every moment of every day since then has been that song. Sometimes it will slip into the main Astro Bot theme and the Muse song. But usually it comes back to this one. I don't even know the name of the song, but it's that one. And I feel like I'm going crazy. This stupid song. It's like, it's a weird thing if you've never experienced like compulsive thoughts, like intrusive thoughts. It's kind of an OCD thing where you just get something that comes into your head and it feels like you can't control it. And it's a weird feeling because it's like, why don't you just stop singing the song? It's like having a limb that's just acting on its own. You're like, I don't know how to it's like making your heart stop. It's like, well, the muscles are moving and it's working. It's kind of just doing it. I don't know how to make it stop. So when a song is really stuck in there, it's like there's a radio. It's like there's a radio blasting the song all the time. And you can like interrupt it really purposefully, but whenever you relax again and you distract yourself, it'll kind of just come back, you know? And so that means that I'm going about my day. Things are working, I'm living, I'm making food, I'm doing work, I'm interacting with people, but it's like any spare moment, any moment of quiet. And even while I'm doing things, it's going in my head and I'm humming it and I'm singing it. And you're probably thinking what most people say. Have you tried just like listening to it a bunch? And you know what? I think maybe there is wisdom to that. Maybe that's true. You know, I try not to listen to a song because I don't want it to get more stuck. But like maybe I do just need to like just make it run its course. But I have been listening a lot. I've been playing the game a lot. My nephews have been playing the game a lot. I have been hearing it a lot. Maybe that's it. Maybe I just need to practice. Like, anytime a song is in there, just put it on and just put it on repeat until my brain gets it out of its system. Maybe I'll do that. I don't know. But yeah, it's six days or whatever. It usually, I want to say 5 days is about the average for this. Whenever I get a song really, really, really in there, 5 days feels about right. So I'm probably on the cusp of this finally letting go of me. But I just kind of wanted to share that Astro Bot soundtrack is just kind of making me feel a little bit nuts now. And I was playing the game a bunch. I'm writing the review. I'm going to be recording the review today. And so it's just Astro Bot on the mind, and that doesn't help. It doesn't help this song. And it's funny because, like, often when a song gets stuck in my head, maybe it will be new-ish, or like I'll know about it and I'll hear it and I'll like it, and then I'll like come back to it. It's often a lot more gradual, you know. It's often like, it is often a song that I do already know, but I just like, I like refound it and I listened to it a bunch, and I really, you know, it happens with songs I really like. Sometimes it's just whatever. Sometimes it's just something that I've been hearing, or like a bit in a video game. You know, I remember like Pokemon Legends Arceus, there was this little thing that main theme in the town did, and it like led into another song. And so yeah, it's not always just like a song that's so catchy I can't help but get caught by it, you know. But in this case, this was very immediate. This was very like, oh, you know, it smacks you in the face, and it's just kind of like, oh, okay, this song, uh-oh, yeah, okay. It was basically instantaneous. It did not take time to worm its way into my brain. This is not an earworm. What is this? What's like Invasion of the Body Snatchers or like Xenomorphs or something? But it's like immediate. This thing just, it's like it's the zombie virus from 28 Days Later. That's it. It gets it gets in your eye, and you just it's inside your brain and just turns you into a zombie instantly. And then you're off running, singing the Astro Bot song. It's too much. It's too good. It's too good. It's too good. And I don't want it anymore. It's an amazing song, and I don't want to hear it anymore. I just need a break, okay? I just need a break. If any Astro Bot devs, ideally the composer of that song, but I'll take help from anybody on Team Asobi. If you know why this is happening, or what kind of magics could be utilized to fix this, to reverse this in some way, I'd really appreciate some help